Hello and welcome to 2 Indoor Gaming. This is my first video series in a while and we're doing it on Creativerse. Just set up a world. I haven't done anything in it. I've just created it and jumped straight back out so I can show you right from the start. So here we go. I've just basic settings. It's password protected and I've got default to visitor and no PvP. I just don't like hackers and griefers and spawn campers and all of that stuff. I just want to play the game, so I've got all of those set. I've enabled explosions, that's so we can get some construction or deconstruction going, and it's in normal mode, not peaceful. And recipes don't carry over, so we want to do it fresh and clean. So press play. Now, if you've played other voxel-based games, it's much the same, similar to Minecraft and other ones where it's all in cubes. The whole world's a whole series of cubes, so you can stack things, take them away, and it'll hang in the air. All of that sort of stuff. You might have the basics down, but we're just going to run through the first day and night, just keeping you alive so you can really get into the game. So here we are. You'll tend to spawn down either in some plains, grassland. You can see up in the top right corner it's telling me grassland, but we've got forest right there. So it'll spawn you somewhere peaceful. You'll have mobs around, but none of them aggressive. They're all passive until you start punching up on them, except for these leafy guys will run away from you. The pigsies will fight back. These are, I think, the only guys that will run away, though there are some variations of the leafies that will fight back. So you want to get some basic equipment started. You start off with just your basic power globe. You can see it wandering there, waving up and down in the bottom right hand side of the screen there. But you want to upgrade to mining cells. It just sort of powers up your gloves so you can get more stuff. At the moment, all I can collect is grass, dirt, trees, sort of leaves, some really basic stuff. I can't even do stone, so I want to upgrade to this wood mining cell as quickly as possible so I can do some real work. So I want to click that track button. What that'll do is just put the list on the screen for me. I'll show you there up in the top left now. It's telling me what I need to collect to get that mining cell. We'll do that for a couple of basic items. We want to upgrade to the wood sword so we can move on. As you create these things, it'll unlock the next level up. And I like that about this game. It's really forcing you to progress as you want to get to that next level of things. Now, as I'm going through this, you might see some things that aren't on your screen, like this super extractor. That's something that I picked up a recipe off a mob drop in another level, another world, as I was learning the game, and they are persistent through the level, so you won't see that if you're just starting out. Processor is important if we want to get to the next stage. We want to get some torches, but I'm not going to track that. It's pretty simple, moss and wood. The other thing we'll need to get through that first night is definitely a wood door. Okay, so we press escape. Let's start collecting. Earth, can be good if you want to just do some dirt walls or something. You want to keep it simple. As you get new materials, you'll see that occasionally you get that bing noise, and it'll give you some new recipes. You can go look those up then in crafting. So getting some wood, getting vines, all handy. We'll need some leaves to create some thatch, and it's also useful for creating the bed, which we haven't unlocked yet. You unlock that when you get the wood wall. You don't really have to panic too much. You get a nice long day. The bad mobs don't come out until 9 o'clock. It starts getting dark around 5, 6, but it's not till 9 PM that they come out. So you get a fairly long day. You can wander around a bit, get a few of the basic materials. Now we need some flowers. That's good for your mining cells. It says up there yellow flower, but if I was to collect blue flowers, that'd switch over. You can use different colors. Also mushrooms, it's saying brown mushrooms, but it'll switch to red mushrooms if I collect those instead. So you've got a few variations for your basic items. Any wood will do. Okay, that's your moss that you need for your torch. You collect that. You don't actually get any wood with that. Oh, actually you do now, do you? Okay. Maybe it's the vines you don't get anything. It's hard to keep track sometimes. Some of them you don't get what they're hanging off. Like, so I can collect a flower, but I won't get leaves with it. Yeah, you get the point. It looks like it's mixed among leaves, but you're just getting the the basics. Leaves are good. Yeah, I said that. Okay, so we might get a bit more wood. What I like to do, especially with mining cells, is collect double the amount I need for the recipe, because the last thing you want to do is get into something using your mining cell, have it run out, and then having to go run back out and find a bunch of flowers and stuff. I just find it disruptive. Now, with the pigsies, I'll show you this lovely stick. This is my attacking stick. Hey, what he'll do is he'll give me a drop that will open up the armor. Now, these are pretty easy to fight. If you stick around the back of them, just keep walking around the back, they won't actually attack you until they're face to face. So you keep them moving and they won't have a time to build up their attack. And it just saves you getting hurt. Good thing about... Oh, see, now we've got the armor is unlocked, and we want to build that up too. Great thing about mushrooms is they will heal you. They'll give you 30 seconds of healing, and that will steadily accrue. And don't forget, just use your tab button to switch between your power glove, which is your pick, shovel, axe all in one, and your weapon, whatever you've got in that second bar. So we'll collect some mushrooms. Things on the ground, if you collect the block under them, you'll collect what's sitting on top of it as well. So that might be handy for building some jump towers if I need to get up high. So what am I looking for now? I've got enough for the wood mining cell. I won't get it yet because it gets used up. So while I'm just collecting this basic stuff, I don't want to waste my mining cell on it. It would be a little bit quicker, but not enough to justify using up those materials just yet. So we really need beeswax to get through these first few. You see the yellow globs over there? That'll do it. Don't worry too much about where you're going to sleep tonight, because your first house, first base, realistically it's not that important. Because you're going to want to find yourself a good spot, not just a spot. Now where's that beeswax? So there's something here. See, I took my eyes off it and now I can't spot it. That looks easy to get at. I'll grab those mushrooms while I'm at it. So the first night, or really the first few nights, you might just want to dig a hole in the wall somewhere, just so you get basic things started, and then later on you can develop a good base. Somewhere like this grassland is very good for building a big sprawling complex. If you try and build in the forest, you'll be spending a lot of time digging out the leaves. I know in Minecraft, if you get rid of the trunk, every bit of wood that's attached to leaves, they'll fade away. But not in this game. You've actually got to clear them one by one. You see those flowers and mushrooms hanging nice and close for you? Grab them. Seriously, because you'll need them later. Don't go out of your way at this point, unless you've got a specific reason for them. But grab them while you pass them. Vines, flowers, because you can make healing potions with them. I'll grab these on my way up. And some wax. So we got some more flowers. Right. Beeswax is important. There's a lot of recipes, especially when you're building a house, that will want melted wax. So you'll need the wax and a furnace. And to get that, you're going to need stones and coal and so on and so forth. So you really get that idea of progressing. You get your first level sort of wood items, wood sword, wood mining cell, and your leather armor, and then you're going up to the next level, which would be obsidian, I think. And then you go to the next level and the next level up, and it's forcing you, because often your recipes need your mob drops. Okay, let's craft a few things while we're here. We'll certainly switch out this stick for a sword. It may be wood, but it's better than nothing. I'll take track off and we'll switch track to the stone sword. You're seeing now there's a mob drop where we have to locate it. A rockster rock comes from this crab-like thing. You need to find them near water, beach, that sort of area. Or you've got to do the nighttime version of it, which is a little more dangerous. Okay, so we've got the sword. We'll do the mining cell now. I won't make two. just because it's pretty easy to upgrade to the stone if I remember correctly. Yeah, so I'll take that off track and switch it to this one. Grab some torches. The moss torch doesn't give you a big area of brightness. The cold torches are much better for that. We'll put this in here to track for later. Breastplate gives you the best armor rating, so I always make that first. And we can make the door. What I'll do now, I've got a bed here. You won't have that. That's another one of those recipes that I got given with the game. If I actually want to unlock that, I would need to make a wood wall to unlock the actual bed. For that we need the processor. Okay, so we just need stone for that. But we can get that now because we've upgraded. Okay, this is not worth keeping this. Chuck it in your bin. Yes, please. And right click on the stone sword, puts it in the inventory. Now this thing here, you might not have seen this. That came when they went to free to play. Anybody who'd bought the game in early access got that as a bonus. So you probably don't have that. So I'll take that out. I won't use it. It's a pretty handy sort of beginner house, but blueprint, but it's not relevant to us. I'll put the torches in there handy instead. Okay, I also don't need this in here. Right click, just gets it out of your bar. Don't need those there. Don't even need vines. I'll put my mushrooms down here. Now this, your touchstone, that will set your spawn point. You place it down and you can teleport to it, also spawn there, and that's pretty handy. Once you build a hole in the wall or a proper house, you plop that down. It'll stay there until you place it somewhere else. You can't pick it up, it just stays there until you move it around. Get some more leather while he's here. You don't need to eat at this point in the game. I have no idea if they're intending to add it. The only thing you use food for is feeding your pets, some buffs, and for healing. So I'll just tab, switch to my collector, grab some more of these. Now you notice we've got another biome over here that is too dangerous to start in. There's aggressive mobs in there, boss hogs, that you don't really want to deal with at the moment. But there's that crab thing I was telling you about. We do need those for our next level of weapons and armor. I'll see if I can get him with that. Oh, there's a boss hog over there. See how we do. These guys have a special move where they'll hunker down and you want to back off, because as soon as they do that, you can't hurt them, and they will do this spin attack that you can't deal with. It'll hurt you basically. Okay, so that's good. I got one of those. What does that leave us with? We need more of those, some wood rods, twine, and stone for our stone sword. Okay, that's sleeping, so that's good. Let's give him a couple of biffs before he wakes up. Like I said, just stay behind him, and you should be able to get away without a lot of damage, as long as you've got room to move. Okay, so we've got a few drops there, and cool, we've got enough rocks for a stone sword. Now where you spawn does matter how close you are to good resources. And sometimes I've given up on a level just because I have to run too far to try and discover the biomes I need for going to that next level of equipment. This is good. Okay, these guys are important for, I think, obsidian level equipment. You need that biome. Alright, okay, I think this world has spawned pretty well. The only thing I probably asked for is some mountains. It's very much easier to find coal when you've got mountains. Okay, so we're hitting about the 6 PM zone. So that's a good time to probably find ourselves a little bolt hole somewhere. Just to settle in for the night. I'm not going to build a little house too time consuming, and like I said, I want to find a good location for my first house. So I'll probably just dig in here. Tab, switch over. You've probably got your own preferred method for how you like to set up your first house. I'm not too fussed. Initially, it will literally be a hole in the wall. A great feature of this game that I like is the way you can combine your left click and right click. So you can see there I've got down the bottom, my left click is my dig tool and my right click is the torches. So I don't have to switch between those items. Just if I press left click, it'll dig for me. If I press right click, it'll place the torch. And that's handy. I hate switching backwards and forward endlessly, especially when you're mining and you want to get low fast. Okay, so that's deep enough. I've got a couple of torches there just for visibility. Once I place down my touchstone, it won't really matter to find it, but sometimes you want to just run up close. So we'll go in here just to get one further back, and then I can place my door. E takes to inventory, pull my door down, press 7, and we'll place it here behind the torch. Bingo! My hole in the wall has begun. Just give me a bit of space. And my torch. Now basically it's 7:16. I've come in a little early so I can set a few things up without making the episode too long. Normally I'd stay right out until the 9 o'clock time. Just want to give myself a little bit of space. Eventually I could put a bed in here if I want to make it semi-permanent. Tend to use the night early on just to do crafting, get my processor working, that sort of thing. Now the problem I have here is I didn't actually spot any easy to grab stone. You may have, and I just didn't see it. So what I might do, yeah, I'll just get a little tunnel going down, see if we can't get some stone. Okay. Now, the good thing is when wanting to know the limitations of your mining cell, you'll get a green square if you can mine it, you get a red square if you can't. Oh, here we go, we finally got some stone. Get the light in here, that's what we need. I don't want to go deep or anything, I just want to collect some resources so we can get those first few items sorted out. Yeah, this is good. How much we got? Okay, that'll do for now. Let's get back up here to our starting point. I'll put my touchstone down before I forget, because I often do. Right. So we want that processor. It's good to make 2, just saves yourself a bit of time. Did I not run out of stuff too early? Must have only made 1. Okay, that's still enough to show you. Right click, puts the wood in there. Grab 2 of those, 2 of those. Let's show you what you can do. Click. I'm left clicking instead of right clicking. Sometimes I forget. Great thing is, it's down the bottom here, you can see the duration of what you're currently processing and the total time to do everything you've got in the queue. I love that feature. Just a quick glance at that tells me, oh, I've got to wait a while and I'll go run out and collect some more stuff or do whatever. We're going to need those leaves for a bed. Now if we look over here, once we've got some slabs, we'll be able to make the wood wall. Okay. So I'll collect those. Create that wood wall. And there's bed. Bed is now an option. And we might like to track that Oh no, I'll have that stuff soon enough. You can track that if you need to. Also, it can be good to get a wood chest. Your inventory is gonna fill up quicker than you can guess. Guess it would. Now the key thing is the extractor. You want to get some extractors made because once you see coal, you need to whack that on it. You can't use your mining tool. You've got to use an extractor. This is the basic one. Gets you a basic level of materials. You'll get the next level up will generally get you double the materials in a quicker time. And then there's that super extractor comes later on. If you find the blueprint for it, it doesn't automatically unlock. That gives you slightly more materials at a faster pace. Alright, let's go back to our processor. Collect those. But we need some more wood slabs, don't we? Chuck those in. So basically that's it for the first day. I can sit here, experiment with stuff I can build. I probably should have collected more wood than that so I could really play around with opening up new options for walls and roofs and stuff like that for building, getting some of those new blueprints going. If I was bold or foolish, I could just go outside during the night and collect some more of those drops that I need. The thing is though that the night versions of the mobs are harder than the regular ones until you get a little bit of practice with your combat and getting your rhythm with it, and even some armor would be helpful. I probably wouldn't venture out at night. But hey, your call. You can come back. It'll teleport you back to your touchstone if you die. Everything in your quick bar you'll hold on to. Everything in your inventory will go into like an urn, and you'll get a marker on your compass bar up the top there that will show you where that is. It'll be like a skull, and you can go there and all your inventory will be sitting in there. If you die on the way, that the skull will be the last time you died, and when you collect everything from that urn, it'll then show you the skull from the time before that, so you don't have to worry about your stuff disappearing. But it can get a bit time consuming and distracting. Okay, so if we look in here, what do I still need? Twine. Oh yeah, twine you get from vines. Let's whack it in there. It's only 10 seconds. I'll just quickly show you the bed, and then we'll come back for the second day's operations. We'll see if we can get coal and enough of mob drops to get a full set of armor. Probably. Okay, now we can build the bed. There's your basic bed. Just get in my quick bar. I don't need this stuff in here. Can use that for towers. And where'd my bed go? There it is. Okay, you only need 2 squares for a bed, but you want to give yourself a little bit of headspace because often you'll spawn on top of your bed, and if your roof's too low you'll spawn on top of whatever's on top of your bed, and that can sometimes do you a little bit of damage trying to phase you through solid objects. Just place it there. Now, hopping in the bed, no matter what time of night, at the moment it's almost 1 AM, I use the bed, it'll take me to dawn, basically, just around 5 AM. Nice short evening. If you hop in the bed during the day, it'll just take you forward like 8 hours or something, so that throws you off. You can still use it, you'll just lose a bunch of hours of maybe some prime daytime. And that's all it takes really, so we'll hop in, have a sleep. There we are, and that so ends day 1, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.